Hello everyone, I'm Crystina Poncher and welcome to another episode of Talk That Talk. Joining me today is WBC Junior Lightweight World Champion Oscar Valdez and WBO Junior Lightweight World Champion Shakur Stevenson. These two will battle it out April 30th from the MGM Grand in Las Vegas and live on ESPN, ESPN Plus, and ESPN Deportes. Tickets are on sale now. I remember the day we signed you out of the Olympics almost 10 years ago now, and the day we announced your signing as well. And now here you're sitting up here as world champions. I'll start with you, Oscar. I mean, this is a fight that Shakur's been calling for, and I think the fans have been very excited to see, but we weren't sure we were ever going to get a chance to see it.
Yeah, this fight has been mentioned for quite some time already. Shakur Stevenson has been mentioning my name for quite some time since we were featherweights. It was getting hard to make that weight. You had to move up to 130. Same as in his situation, he goes up to 130. So I think now's the time. Mentioning my name, the fans want to see it. I've always felt that I'm a fighter that owes myself to the fans. And if the fans want to get this fight, then I'm all for it.
I just feel like this fight is like a fight that need to be made. Like it's been a long time coming. I was mandatory at 126. We the top dogs at 130. I feel like he 30-0, 20-some knockouts. I'm undefeated, next superstar. I feel like it's time for me to take my spot on the kingdom. At the end of the day, this is my story, this is my journey. I'm ready to fly, basically. I'm ready to go out there and do what I've been taught.
There's been the talk on Twitter about, I'm finally gonna catch the duck.
Yeah.
Is that simply because you got the fight?
Nah, I just feel like he's been ducking. I feel like after his last fight, he kept saying he want to fight the winner out of Shakur and Jamel.
We all want the winner of Shakur Stevenson and Jamel here. Let's do it.
He knew I was gonna win, he said that. But then he started talking about Navarrete. So it's like,
I never said Navarrete.
nah, your team. Y'all said
That's
Navarrete. Well,
no.
Bob Aaron said it. Bob Aaron
Not
said
me.
it out his mouth.
We denied Navarrete because we didn't want to find out.
I don't know about that.
It was a lose.
I don't know how true that is, my boy. I don't know how true that is. I'm just saying, I heard Bob Aaron say out his mouth that they wanted to make the Navarrete Oscar Valdez fight. Their teams was getting together and trying to create their fight. So I felt like that was a ducking move because it's like, if you say out your mouth you want to fight the winner out of Shakur Stevenson and Jamel, why not make that happen? I don't know what happened with them, if they fell out, if the money wasn't right. I don't know.
People in Mexico would love that fight, but I personally didn't like the fight because there's more fans that wanted the Shakur fight. Your name was very mentioned in Mexico, and it's because of me, because you call me. You call my name. I walk in the streets and they say, hey, when are you going to fight Shakur?
Yeah.
And that's when I said, okay, people want this, they really want this fight. Just give it to them.
Yeah, but I heard Bob Aaron say personally that you wanted the Navarrete fight, or your team wanted the Navarrete fight, and it was throwing me off, my boy. I don't know, man. I don't know.
You know, growing out of the weight at 26, moving up to 130, I mean, did you feel like at the time when you started saying that he was ducking and moving up to 130, you thought he could make the weight one more time if it was for Warrington or someone else, but not for you? Is that where that kind of came from?
Yeah, I didn't respect that because, like I said, I look at him like a, he a tough fighter. Like, I see all the stuff he went through as far as breaking his jaw, fighting through it. So when he said that he'll fight Leo Santa Cruz or Josh Warrington, but he won't fight me, I kind of felt like it was disrespectful because it's like, what do you mean by that? Like, why you won't fight me, but you'll fight them two? And I feel like I'm the better fighter, if you ask me, out of them two fighters. So now we here, I done proved that, I done showed who I am, and I just felt like at that time he should have fought me.
But at that time, it was you wanted a unification fight. If you were going to stay at 126, was that the reason?
So all the respect to all the fighters out there. At the time, there was bigger names. Now at this position that we're at right now, of course, Shakur Stevenson's name is the one that everybody wants. But at that time, everybody wanted to see a Leo Santa Cruz or Josh Warrington and unify those belts. So that was pretty much it. Now, like you said, he's the man to beat right now. He's the one that everybody looks at him and says, oh, he's the champion right now. So all right. So that's what we've always been looking for. Who's the best in the division? And let's go for him. There's two champions, only one crown, and we're gonna do our best to take it.
He would have had a better chance to fight me then. Now I'm bigger, I'm stronger, I'm better. Now he fighting the right Shakur.
I'm in great shape. I'm in great shape right now.
That's
so
cool.
It's just perfect.
Okay.
I love it, man.
Yeah, me
I love
too.
the fact that we're making this fight for the fans.
Me too. Just make sure you're not cheating. Make sure there's no cheating going on, my boy.
Don't worry about me cheating.
Hey, man, I seen it, I'm just saying, don't cheat
don't
me,
worry,
my boy. I don't like cheaters, man.
I never cheated in my life.
So let's just make sure it don't happen again. How about that?
Going through what you went through in your last fight, how that performance went, and now getting a chance to unify, that this fight is happening for you at the right time?
It's at the perfect time right now. My last fight wasn't my best performance. His last fight was I believe his best performance against Jermaine Herring was a great fight. So it's all or nothing for me. This fight will put ourselves in the pound for pound list. Is that type of magnitude of the fight. So the last fight that I had wasn't my best, and this is my chance to get everything back.
I'll ask the same question for you. You come into this fight having just won your second title. Do you feel like you want to carry that momentum from what he says was your best performance into this fight for a unification?
Most definitely. I feel like I'm hot right now. I feel like I'm on the roll. I'm sharp. We've been getting better and better, stronger and stronger. And I feel like this fight definitely going to put me in a pound for pound list. And I feel like, if you ask me, like I done said this before, but I feel like I'm the best fighter in boxing. Like personally, like if you're talking about like skill wise and, you know, brain, IQ, all that. So I got to go in there and show him that.
Your thoughts on Oscar Valdez, your thoughts of him as an opponent?
I think he's a great fighter. He's 30-0. I think that he don't get as much credit as he deserves. I feel like the odds is like overdoing it. I feel like it should have been closer odds. I feel like if he was fighting somebody else or another fighter that's, you know, not on my level, I think that he'll beat them. But I think that he in for it with me because I'm a special talent.
Is he a special talent? You view him that way?
He's definitely a special talent. He's definitely the guy that's the man to beat. You know, everyone mentions his name, and there's a reason for it because he's a great fighter. He has a great amateur background, and he's been proven, you know, getting the belts. You know, two-time world champion. So that's the reason why we want this fight. You know, we want the best to fight the best, and this is it. You know, April 30th, two are going to step in the ring, and I'm expecting the best Shakur Stevenson because I'm expecting myself to be the best version of myself as well.
So I kind of feel like when I was doing my research and we were talking about comparing, you know, where this fight would be, it kind of reminds me of when Mayweather fought Corrales and where he was at that point, where people considered him like a pound for pound, but that maybe some say is his best performance that he ever had. Do you feel like he's the type of fighter that may take you to that next level so people can look at you for what you believe that you are? Is this the kind of opponent that you need for that?
See, look, I'm a little bit different. Like, I feel like I'm not trying to like sleep on nobody. I ain't trying to go in there and just think that, you know, I got it won without putting in work in. So when I hear everybody say, oh, Mayweather, Corrales, or stuff like that, that's like counting him out. So I'm not looking at it like that. I still got a task in front of me. I still got to go in training camp and put the work in. I feel like it is the fight that's going to take me to another level. Right now, this is the Shakur Stevenson era, and I'm Shakur Stevenson. I'm not Floyd Mayweather. Two different fighters, two different type of people, but I'm gonna go in there and perform and beat him up. My mindset is whatever it takes to win. And they gonna love you when you win it. They gonna hate you if you lose. So I'm not going in there to lose. Like I said, I'm an offensive and defensive fighter. So at the end of the day, I'm naturally gonna put on the show, but I'm not gonna stand there and receive nothing in return.
That just might be my biggest mistake. That I fight for the crowd. I want to give the fans what they want, which is a good fight. But this might be a little bit different. It might be a technical fight. But like I said before, I will give my best. I will do everything inside the ring to give the fans what they want, but most importantly, just win. Obviously, all fighters' dream is to be considered one of the best and be a Sugar Ray Leonard, be a Roberto Duran, Oscar De La Hoya. When we retire, we want to be known as one of the best out there. And that's my goal. My goal is to, in the next 10, 20, 30 years, the new generation comes and they want to see maybe a little Mexican fighter out there saying, you know, I want to be like a Julio Cesar Chavez, I want to be like a Marco Antonio Barrera, Eric Morales. I want kids to say, I want to be like Oscar Valdez. And to be in those big names, you know, you got to fight guys like Shakur Stevenson. You know, he has a belt, I have a belt, and this one person's going to come out with 2 belts that night.
This has to be the kind of fight, this has to be the magnitude, the level that you have dreamed about since you were a kid. And I would presume that that would bring out parts perhaps of you that we haven't had a chance to see before.
Yes, one thing with me, I rise with the competition. Shakur brings the best out of him. He's gonna make me bring the best out of me that night. And I just think it's gonna be a magical night of boxing.
I'm not looking to have a tough fight with him. Like, I'm not looking to go in there and let's go tick for tag. You hit me, I hit you. Let's see who the tougher fighter. Nah, I'm going in there to pick him apart. I'm going in there to mentally drain him. I don't think he ever been in front of a fighter like me. Like, I think this is his first time being in there with somebody with my type of skills. And as the fight go on, I want him to mentally quit.
I, seriously doubt that would happen. I think one of my biggest things that I've had is my mindset. And I've never quit. I'm not a quitter. I'm always gonna push it to the maximum. And for me to be mentally drained is gonna be very hard.
But the thing is, you gotta understand, like, when I say mentally drained, it's not like you going in there with somebody that you could hit. You going in there with somebody that you can't hit. So as the fight go on, you gonna mentally be like, I can't do nothing. And that's how I feel like the fight gonna go.
Well, I feel different. The guy that makes the first mistake is gonna pay for it. So this is that type of fight.
So a technical fight.
Oh yes.
Okay, that's perfect.
So with that being said, what do you do that's better than what he does?
I work hard, and a lot of people think I'm just a fighter who likes to go in there and bang and just go toe to toe. I love that style. I love that because one thing, that's what the fans like, but I don't have to fight like that. I can box as well. I can move. I can use the ring. I can do a lot of things. It all depends what the rival brings to the table.
Only time I ever seen him be technical was against a punching bag. Like, I feel like, don't get me wrong, I'm not taking credit away from Berchel. I thought that was a great victory, but I felt like he was just walking forward, not really no defense, and Oscar kind of like timed him and caught him with good shots. So that's the only time I ever seen him be technical. His last fight, he started off trying to be patient and wait, but as the fight went on, he kind of picked up the pace later on. And I expect him to try to do that, but I think it'll be too late by then.
They say in boxing, you're only as good as your last fight, and I think that's a big mistake. You got great fighters who maybe have had a horrible performance, and then the next one they look great. Shakur Stevenson looked great in his last fight. I looked like crap in my last fight. I didn't like my performance at all. But this is my chance to get all that back.
I feel like it's kind of the same thing that you felt coming into the fight with Jamel, right?
Yeah, for sure. I feel like I didn't perform to the best of my ability, but we won every round. My bad night was a night where we dominated. I look at that like, then the next fight we fought Jamel, and I did what I was supposed to do. So you up the level of competition on me, I'm gonna up it on them every time.
How do you see the fight playing out come April 30th?
Shakur Stevenson winning. I don't know what fashion, how it's done. I see myself winning.
And Oscar, how's it going down?
I always, to my fans, I never promise a knockout of a year, a war. I never promised my fans none of that. What I do always promise is to give them my best. Leave my blood, sweat, guts, tears, everything inside the ring, leave my best effort, and my goal is to win. But I will promise just everyone I will leave everything inside that ring.
I mean, Bob Arum went on record saying he feels the winner of this fight will become a superstar from this. This performance will make one of you guys a superstar. You agree with that?
I am going to be the superstar that night. That's how I look at it.
It's going to put me in the top pound per pound list.
I can feel it getting heated in here. I can only imagine what fight night's going to bring. I love it too. I love it too. Oscar, thank you for being here with me. I appreciate you. Shakur, thank you for giving me your time. We will see you April 30th. Get your tickets. You won't want to miss it.